I want to get you involved too, because I want to get you involved because I know Ellen is right up my alley. And Steve Vaccaro. We came up with the idea, we feel this show has a lot of positives in the Long Beach community, but I wanted to take it a step further and came up with the idea of doing a mentoring program where people on our staff, people in the community are going to work with elementary, middle school, and high school kids in Long Beach, taking the expertise. Art, you're going to work with art kids. They're going to be like, come on the show tonight. I think it's going to be fabulous. Denise, how excited are you to work with us on the mentoring program?
Oh, I'm thrilled because there are so many students out there who really embrace art. It's their vehicle for expression. And sadly, it's just not really as revered in the education system as maybe sports are or sciences. Not that they're not good, those are great. But to be able to give these students an opportunity to really see that there is a future in art. There are many, many careers, and art saturates and permeates every fiber of our lives. And to really bring that out into the community and make it a reality for these kids is really amazing. And I have a wonderful business partner here who has really made it a reality for herself in many different venues in art, and it's very exciting.
Steve Vaccaro, bullying has been a major problem in Long Beach. Along with Mayor, you're going to head up that mentoring group. I think that's going to do a lot of good. Talk about, as a psychologist, getting involved in the bullying group here in Long Beach.
Well, thank you, Howie. We've certainly covered a lot of the bullying problems here on Howie's show. We've also reached out in the community and fundraising events. As a therapist and a psychologist, I've worked with a lot of people within the schools and families, and bullying is completely widespread, and there are things that really have to be in place, not only in Long Beach, but within Nassau County and Suffolk County, so everybody's on the same page. And I think with the mentoring program, we can bring out the young adults, the young students, and have them express themselves if there are situations of bullying, because sometimes the teachers or the parents or the community leaders don't really take the proper steps that they should, and we really have to target this. And I was talking with Gina before, and she has been involved with different aspects of bullying. When she comes back on the 28th, she'll share her story a little bit, and also she's written a couple of songs about bullying. So I think with Mayor and the whole team that we've established here for the mentoring program, I think we really will make a lot of headway right here in Long Beach, but also in Nassau County and Suffolk.
Ellen, I have so much respect for you, and I think you working with young girls in the Long Beach community about what it takes to be a leader and putting young girls in the right direction, I think you could be great with that. What do you think?
Well, thank you for selecting me for that. I think just interviewing the kids here on the radio show and also being involved with them through the schools, through my children and friends of mine, it'll be quite dynamic and I think very important. We've learned a lot of good lessons here on the radio show just by the valedictorian when she spoke and what she brought to the table. Some other kids as well. They're very empowered at a very young age, and I think it should continue. And I think it's important to grow our youth here in Long Beach like that. And I think this program is going to be dynamite.
Chris, I'm excited because you and David Kazza, two of my longtime great friends, sponsors, are going to work together on a sales, marketing, and social media. Talk about how you can get kids involved in such a positive way to learn about sales and marketing and social media and tie it all together, working together with Dave.
Well, first off, I know I said this last week, but I want to reiterate just how excited Dave and I are that we're going to be doing this. It started for me with the LARC program a few months back, and I was just taken with the kids and how bright they were and just the initiative that they were showing in using their creativity, much like the art students, in making something their own, but tying into a specific concept. Now, Dave is in real estate. I'm in the automobile business. Sales in general is pretty much a universal concept. Like the art of selling is a universal concept, and it's not what we aim to do is try to teach people that it's not all about like the sleazy salesman type thing. It's a study in human behavior and interacting with people and making things make sense for people so that they can make informed, positive decisions. How it ties into social media is basically, that's the way of the future. For those that are, going to college, thinking about what they want to do with their lives, there is a tremendous amount of need for transparent advertising. Social media provides that. You know, you reach out to people within a network, their network talks about you. I mean, the power of the word, the power of the spoken word is just so much better than putting an ad on paper or seeing something, you know, some guy screaming at you on TV as he wants to come through the screen. You know, there's nothing better than doing the right thing for somebody and having them talk about it to all their friends and family and co-workers and relatives and neighbors, because that really is the way to build a business the right way. And I know Dave and I share that, you know, that passion for doing things the right way. So we definitely are looking forward to it, and we can't wait to get started.
Absolutely. Ethan, come on, kid. You know, one of the things that I'm proud of my whole staff, but really what touches me is that over the last couple of years, we've taken two very gifted, intelligent, passionate young men who had struggles early in their life, socially, both having Asperger's syndrome. And being on this show, it's been amazing for their self-confidence, and I think working with other young children with that, they can impart their positive experience onto others. Rocco, talk about your experiences on the show and how it's impacted your life and the opportunity of working with young children.
I think the fact of doing this show has just been a fantastic experience. I feel like, you know, I had just come across Howie just by, you know, he made a critique about something that I had, you know, loved very much, and he was impressed with what I had to say, so he took me under his wing, and I'm just very happy to be part of this environment and, you know, share something that I love to do very much with everybody. I hope everybody enjoys what I do very much. And
Absolutely, Rocco!
I feel like the opportunity to impart that onto other young children, I mean, I think the important thing for young children is to be able to feel motivated, to feel like they have somebody who believes in them and somebody that gives them a sense of hope and ambition and stuff like that. And I feel like if I can do that, that would be fantastic, because that was very important to me, you know, growing up in high school and all that.
Absolutely. Now, you have a very interesting story. I go back with your mom. 30 years ago, we were in summer camp together, way back when we were in our younger days, and she saw a comment I made in Facebook about Rocco, and you have Asperger's syndrome too. In your brief time on the show, how has it made an impact on your life, and how would you like to work with young children and imparting your wisdom to the youth of Long Beach?
The time here has been fantastic. It's felt like a well-knit family. I've been acclimated to this almost immediately, and it's great to feel so welcomed here. The show gives me an opportunity to be known more for broadcasting and less for the Asperger's, which honestly is my biggest goal, really. I don't want to be known as the broadcaster with Asperger's. I want to be known as that broadcaster with Asperger's. Just don't and basically, if I can impart one thing to the kids, even the kids that struggle with the same thing that I do, it's that do what you love, succeed at it, keep sticking to it, and keep that drive and ambition alive. Because the more you work at something and the better you get at something, eventually people are going to remember you for that and not for anything else. And that really is the one goal that you should keep in mind.
I feel blessed to have both Rocco and Ethan on the show. They're both doing a great job. Now, there's another mentoring program. I want to get Jay Bird up. But, you know, I think the youth of today is losing their intensity, their passion, and it's falling by the wayside. I think a lot of it, maybe social media, is religion. We have Walter, who's very active in his church and the gospel choir. He's going to be a deacon in his church. And I really feel doing a mentoring group on religion still matters is going to be important. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Thurston.
Thanks a lot, Howie. I've noticed since I've been with my church here lately that a lot of the kids are falling away from the church. So what I plan to do is to instill my knowledge into them to let them know that there still is a God, because we survive Sandy.
Yes.
I mean, anybody, you can say it like you want to. It's because of God that we survive Sandy. And we just want to, instill that back into the kids and get them, back into the church.
Absolutely. I think that's going to be very vital. All right. And I can't think, we started the show way back with Jay Bird about her proclamation. She's going to be great working with the kids. So let's close the show, the YouTube segment, with Jay Bird. And Jay Bird, talk about imparting your 36 years of working with the kids and how you're going to make an impact with the youth here in Long Beach with all your vast knowledge.
Thanks again, Howie, and everyone here. Thanks to everyone for coming out and staying here and for all of this. It's really appreciated. Both of my children are adults and professionally in the arts. My daughter in Actors Equity and my son in Bright Citizens Brigade Theater. And it's a very tough road for children, I think, to avoid the pitfalls of drugs and alcohol, but quite frankly, in the music business. That's one of the major things that has to be enforced with them is, as I used to say to my own children, don't compromise your craft. You get one shot, and I think that's very important. I did mentor high school students here some years ago. Now they're off in college somewhere, and I still keep in touch with them. I'm very happy I was asked to be presented to this position and work with the children here in the community. This is a marvelous team of people who are positive and reinforcing things for children. I think it will be very successful. Thank you.
One more. This mentoring program, I really want to think outside the box. Do things on bullying, religion, and I thought of one more. And that is, when everyone went to school, right? Everyone went to high school. You always remember there was a class clown, the funny kid in school. And I thought of, why not get the best comedian in Long Beach, who's also the best voiceover, who's going to do all our commercials, and let him work with those class clowns and channel their humor in the right direction. Because you know what? When he was in high school, he was the class clown, and now he's a great comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from our comedian, and he's going to mentor the youth, the comedians in Long Beach. Give it up for Rob Alden.
It's true. When I was in school, I was the guy that got pointed out. You got to go to the principal's office, and I was never paying attention. My report cards always said, fools around too much, doesn't apply himself, laughs too much. My mother always said, Robin, it's not a joke. Not everything's a joke.
And now everything's a joke to me. It's unbelievable. The day at school was crime don't pay.
No, but seriously, if I had been mentored early on in my career and been able to maybe get a little bit more involved in comedy and so forth and channel my energy, because I didn't know back when I was a kid. I mean, I'm a lot older than I look. We didn't have ADD, ADHD, we didn't have any of that stuff. It was just coined, hey, he eats a lot of cereal and doesn't pay attention.
When I was a kid, they called it a concentration problem.
Right.
And they gave me too much Ritalin, and I was seeing ghosts. I can talk firsthand about that.
So just being able to channel some of those energies when you have a real hyper kid or somebody who's always making the class laugh and not paying attention, if that could be channeled really into the right direction and put them into comedy, get them into comedy classes, let them know that there is a direction to go, I think it could help some of those kids. So really, Howie came to me and said, hey, this should be a great idea. Would you be into mentoring children? I said, I'm still a child, so why not, right? Having a big kid talk to a kid.
Justin, come up here. Now, since you're at Long Beach High School, do you know the funny kids, the class clowns, and how do you think they would do working with Rob?
Working with them.
And you know a few, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll help us get those class clowns or those comedians.
I'll try.
Rob, I was thinking, I think Denise Collins made the suggestion. I think it's great. A comedy night on the show would be great. But I think you working with kids and giving them something positive, turning, instead of being kicked out of class or getting detention, to putting into something positive and letting all your knowledge on them, it's going to be fabulous.
Absolutely, absolutely. Look forward to it. Yeah, I look forward to making sure everybody's having fun and doing the right thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thanks, everybody.